everyone, welcome back. It's Phil here from Ashland Leather. I have so many incredible things to show you today. All of them are great, but the first few things here absolutely blew me away. And I'm kind of building the anticipation here by not showing you the outside of this, but everything in the video today is shipping out with the exception of the first wallet here. And I wanted to start off with a special thing. If you've been watching these videos for the last couple months, you may have seen a couple months ago, I had this leather. And this is the Tumbled Verdigris, which is a new color that Skip Horween has been developing. And we made it into this John the Fox. I'm so excited about this one. It just looks incredible. The color on this has that really interesting, like light pale green with some darker or almost brown spots on it, which is really cool texture and color, and everything about this is like ridiculous. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and so much so that we ordered some more leather from Skip over at Horween Leather Company, and they're going to make us another small batch of this. So if you're looking to get something in this Tumbled Verdigris, I should be able to do it rather soon. Just send me a message. And we did make 2 of these John the Fox, Tumbled Verdigris with a reverse interior. And I thought the reverse interior, the black reverse here, this color is a little bit green. And I thought it was the best match for the Tumbled Verdigris on the outside. I just think this looks remarkable. This is one of my favorite wallets of all time. I'm just so excited about this one. I did have this other one here that I want to show you because I polished this one up. I used our normal polishing method. It's a little bit shinier, but I like this a little bit less. So I don't think I'm going to be doing this. It doesn't have the same depth of color like the first one has. This is much more open, a little lighter, and I think that's what I like most about it. When I polish it, just darkened just a slight bit too much. It is shinier, but I just think the color is too cool to mess with, so we're going to leave it like this. And here is the other wallet that absolutely blew me away. And it might look sort of like a normal natural shell Cordovan John the Fox, but this is something a little different. You might notice it's a little bigger, a little taller on the outside here. And that's because we've included some extra goodies on the inside. And check this out. There's so much really nice leather on this one. This is what we're calling the Jumbo Fox. And the Jumbo Fox is very similar to the regular John the Fox, which, here's one. John the Fox has 6 card slots with the 2 hidden slots and a bill slot in the back. The Jumbo Fox is all that plus 1. So we've got 4 slots on the left, 4 on the right, 2 hidden slots, but we've also included an additional bill slot divider. So there's more leather on this, more slots, sort of more everything for you to enjoy. I'm so excited about this one. This was actually a custom order. So this is going out today to a really special customer. Thank you so much for supporting us. I'm so excited about how your wallet turned out. And here is a Whiskey Shell Cordovan Tony the Ant. This one is currently available on a flash sale. We're doing 20% off on this guy just for a short amount of time. Many people have picked this up, and I really appreciate you guys supporting our small little business on picking up this Whiskey Shell Tony the Ant. This is a beautiful wallet. A lot of people seek out the Whiskey Shell Cordovan because it is a rarely produced color from Horween, and it also happens to be very nice. It's like this nice caramel, sort of golden brown, light tan shade. That's very highly regarded. People are trying to find this color very often, and we were able to get a small little batch of shells, made a little run here on the Tony the Ant, and I couldn't be happier with these as well. Speaking of Whiskey Shell Cordovan, this is a Bugs Moran, also in Whiskey Shell. And this one has a special little monogram on the outside right there. For LHC, we are able to personalize just about everything. So if you're looking for that and need some help, send me a message. I'd be glad to help you out to figure out the personalization. But check out this Whiskey Shell. I really like the Bugs Moran for the form factor. It just fits perfectly in your hand. But also the Whiskey Shell has this really interesting depth of color. Sort of goes a little darker this direction. And when you look at it like this, it's maybe 5 times lighter. It's a really fun parlor trick that we can play with the Shell Cordovan. And we're moving on to some Johnny the Fox wallets here. This one is in Garnet Shell Cordovan. It's a more recent color addition to Horween. It's a little bit lighter than the color 4 and much more red. This is sort of like a cherry color. At certain angles it's a little darker, but has a very satisfying, subtle red tone without looking too much like fire hydrant red or too much like a lollipop red. It's a nice brownish red. And I like the combination of this. This on the inside here, we have a mock horsehide interior. And mock is just a color name. I believe it's just a shortened term for moccasin. It's this light tan, sort of yellowy sand shade. But I really like how these two pair together. I think the mock tends to set off all the other colors, including this garnet shell. I see it very nicely on things like the intense blue. I really like how the lighter interior sets off the exterior colors. And I have a pair of Johnny the Fox to show you today in black marbled shell. One of these is going to a special person, which I won't spoil their surprise just in case they're watching it. But I brought out both of these because I wanted to show you the color range that we can expect on the black marbled. On the one on the right here, this is sort of the lightest possible green and tan that we see. It sort of has this like neon, like acid green look to it, which is really cool. And I like when it has this dramatic contrast down to the more tan orangey shade on the right there. And this other Johnny the Fox is also very nice. This on the right side is sort of the dark range that we tend to see. There are some lighter tones still in there. At certain angles it's lighter than others. But man, I prefer the stark contrast of this one on the left here. I like how it goes from the darker, almost black color immediately down to an orange right there. That's just a nice range on the black marbled shell. I thought it'd be worth showing to you. If you want to pick out one of these or any marbled, I advise to send me an email first because I can send you a few photos and get you the exact wallet that you want. So here's something a little different as well. This is the Slate Vintage. And Slate Vintage is a very nice gray color. It's hard for us to make grays on leather without making them look like paint. And so far, this is the best gray that I have seen. It's a black leather. It's a vegetable tan leather that they finish with a white wax. So the combination of those two factors makes it a little bit gray. And when you flex it, you can always get more of that wax to sort of burst and give you more of that white gray effect. I really like the Slate Vintage. This is something that we don't offer as a standard item, but people have been requesting it. So we did make a small batch of Johnny the Foxes here. I think we have maybe 6 of them with a black horsehide interior. If you want one of these, definitely let me know. And here's a really beautiful piece of black Dublin on our Johnny the Fox. I love the black Dublin. Dublin is a vegetable tan leather, and this is a full grain leather as well. So it's a very naturally finished, very natural piece of leather. And a lot of times on black, similar to the gray that I was just mentioning, a lot of places really heavily finish the black leather. And we don't do that at all, right? Especially on this black Dublin. The black Dublin has a really nice amount of natural grain character. You can see right down to the grain of the leather. And a lot of nice natural character on the back here as well. I really love the Dublin. And for me, the black Dublin is the best black leather you can find. On the inside, we have that black horsehide interior, which pairs perfectly with the black Dublin on the outside. We were sold out of these for a few weeks. People had been picking this up very quickly. So we did make another little batch here. These are now back in stock. Up next here is a teal Latigo with a black horsehide interior. This is that same color combination. If you watched yesterday's video, we had the inverse of this. And I really like the teal Latigo. This is a very underappreciated leather because it does age very nicely, but it starts off very vibrant and light. This is a leather that's great for patina and specifically to darken with normal use. A couple friends of mine have this exact wallet, and the way it has darkened is just very extraordinary. It's much darker now. Looks more like a pair of denim, which I think is really cool, but it has that depth of color. So you still get a little bit of that teal from underneath, and the surface darkens up a bit. The luster also increases on this Latigo. I really like the Latigo. This one's been personalized for KRR. I think this Tumbled Verdigris might be the ultimate. It's one of those things that it's hard to tell what the leather's going to look like until you cut it and put it into a product. And I'm so glad we did, because this is crazy. It's so awesome. I think we even had a comment that wanted to call this like Dinosaurvian. It's like a combination of dinosaur and Cordovan, I guess. But wow, this is so cool. I'm so happy about this. Thank you guys for checking it out. Oh, and by the way, this Jumbo Fox is also incredible. Really glad you're here to check these out with me today. I'll see you again tomorrow with some more stuff. And stay safe and stay healthy.